Good morning, YouTube. JT Serenity Farms prepping here. If you're a good boy, you will get an allowance. Okay, so as we know, the deep state Democrat globalists want a great reset after depopulating much of the planet, and they desperately want to institute a one world currency. This would include new credit cards based on carbon credits and social scores. So you would be allotted X number of carbon credits. You will be tracked because with a one world digital currency and only cards to make purchases with, every single purchase you make, no matter if it's 10 cents or $10, will be tracked, monitored, documented, and used against you. This is one reason the pedo Joe regime is trying to hire 80,000 more IRS agents. It's why Klaus Schwab wants the one world great reset and global currency card. So based on your purchases and your allotted number of carbon credits, that will determine how well you live or do not. Because once you violate, go over your monthly allotment of carbon credits, you will no longer be able to buy, sell, or trade anything. But with a one world digital currency managed by the Western Central Banks, aka the Federal Reserve, you will be able to get a loan to purchase more carbon credits so that you can live, to use up your carbon credits to get another loan, because the amount of carbon credits everyone will be allotted will be ridiculously small. The estimates for what uses carbon and what doesn't, which is everything according to Democrats, will be highly over exaggerated. It is all about control. And that's what this upwards of $10 trillion infrastructure bill is all about. It's what the November shenanigans were all about. Everything is connected, folks. So I recently discovered, thanks to X22 report, that the Democrats in Congress tried to slide a little provision into that boondoggle bill, and it's just one paragraph written in lawyer gobbledygook speak, but I'll read it for you, and then you'll have a good idea where we're headed if they get their way. So here it is. Federal Reserve notes to be issued at the discretion of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System for the purpose of making advances to Federal Reserve banks through the Federal Reserve agents as hereinafter set forth, and for no other purpose are authorized. Notwithstanding any other provision of law, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System is authorized to issue digital versions of Federal Reserve notes, aka the dollar, in addition to current physical Federal Reserve notes. the dollar. Further, the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, after consultation with the Secretary of the Treasury, is authorized to use distributed ledger technology for the creation, distribution, and recordation of all transactions involving digital Federal Reserve notes. Buy, sell, and trade, folks. The said notes shall be obligations of the United States and shall be considered legal tender and shall be receivable by all national and member banks and Federal Reserve banks, and for all taxes, customs, and other public dues. They shall be redeemed in lawful money on demand at the Treasury Department of the United States in the city of Washington, District of Columbia, or the Swamp, or at any Federal Reserve bank. Okay, now picture this little scenario worldwide, because that's exactly the plan for it. You will basically be getting an allowance on a little card, and that is all you'll be allowed to use. Every single transaction you make will be recordation of all transactions involving digital Federal Reserve notes. Okay, they're not talking about Bitcoin and anything like that. They want to make their own so that they have complete control over who spends what to save the planet. When we know darn well nothing about anything is about saving the planet. So, this combined with all of us who are refusing, we won't have any, because we won't be issued an allowance card, because we're lepers. And I would imagine if we were dumb enough to apply for one, we'd be done. Oh, I hope you're all getting prepared, because this, if enacted, I think this is being exposed by the white hats so that the sheeple-tard idiots see and feel pain. I just don't know what it's going to take before people have said they have enough and we do what needs to be done to take the country back. But just so you know, one more thing, Democrats are trying to slide in the dark of night as usual. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, JT signing off.